guys, it's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Rivah, and it's very nice to meet you. Before we get into anything, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, um, and make sure you also hit that notification bell, just because as soon as I post a video, you will be notified first. I am back again with the most current Kevin Samuels video to do a reaction. This is a video that was extremely highly requested in my DM, and I have not seen it. I did see the live that he did on YouTube a couple days ago, but I definitely did not see this video. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into the video. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, and as always, make sure that you leave your opinions in the comments below. And if you also want to send me videos to do reactions to, again, my Instagram is at Rivah_Jordan. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this video.
I'm curious, why don't you like these?
Hold on. How about you introduce it? I don't know you. Haven't said hello. You just came in. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 39.
All right. You mind getting steady?
Let me grab my glasses so I can focus on you. Just a second. Thank you for your patience. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Dating is dumb. What do you got?
Dating is dumb? I mean,
women don't know how to pick husbands. They don't know how to pick men.
I don't know if I'm
And guys, before we continue with the video, there is a delay when it comes to the visuals and their speaking voice. The timing is a little off. This has nothing to do with my video. This is how it is online, and I there's no way for me to change that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I know sometimes it can be like a little bit of annoying when like you're watching it and stuff like that, but I can't change it. So we're just gonna keep on watching.
But you gotta date someone to get to know them.
No, you don't. What do you got to know?
Their personality.
No, you don't.
Triggers.
No, you don't. No. When did dating become a thing?
I don't know. My mother is Muslim. They believe you should just get married.
When did dating because that's what you do. Because you don't know nobody until you live with. When did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
I did.
Okay. About what decade did dating become a thing?
Not the 60s, maybe the 70s.
About the 50s, when they decided to start making a greeting card industry. Dating became a thing to sell homes and rings. Prior to that, your grandmother and your great-grandmother, if you wanted to get married, you walked over to somebody, you got a wife, daughters of marrying age, I need a woman, make the arrangement, jump the room, get on down. You didn't even have to have a marriage license until the miscegenation laws came into effect to keep black men and black men from marrying white women. You didn't even need a license.
Okay.
Dating has never been a thing.
Well, marry me tomorrow.
No, I got somebody already. About me.
I mean,
She shot her shot.
Understand your philosophy.
It's not my philosophy. It's the world's philosophy. Where in the world did people date?
In America, that's for starters.
The newest country on the planet.
I don't know. I feel like if I hadn't dated the guys that...
Are you married?
I'm not married. I'm divorced.
Okay.
So, there's that.
Mm-hmm. So before we dated, we had a marital rate of... Before 1965, the black community was married at a rate of 80%. How is dating helping black women keep husbands?
I don't know if it's dating. I think social media may not be great.
Okay, but before social media, before 2000, divorce rates were still going down. You said you need to get to know somebody. What do you need to get to know?
I don't know if dating is the main contributor. Not to disagree.
Ma'am, you're not making a good... You're saying, I don't like what you're saying, but you're not saying why what you're saying makes any sense.
I'll say that because women, we're changing. Our roles are changing.
Yeah, you're getting worse.
Okay.
You're changing into men.
Well, I don't believe in changing into men.
You are. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why women are changing into men. What's the average height of a black woman? A woman in this country.
5'4".
How much does an average black woman weigh in this country?
That I don't know.
Guess.
150.
180.
Okay.
The average black woman weighs more than the average black man at her height. Strong, independent, don't need no man. A black woman, stereotypically known for being feminine, feminine, cooperative, and submissive.
Not now.
Stereotypically. Yes, no.
Yes.
They are?
You know, I can't speak on that.
You can. Yeah, you can. See, if we're not going to have an honest conversation, we don't need to do this.
I agree with him when it comes to this point of having, honest dialogue, because women nowadays are definitely not being sweet and being soft and being, compassionate and being calm and submissive to your man is definitely not what's trendy now. And I mean, we can look on social media right now. If everybody opens up their phone and goes on social media right now, we're going to see many different displays of women who act, with that main masculine energy of I can do what a man can do. I can even do it better. I don't need no man. I'm independent. So I don't know. There's no reason to really, beat around the bush when it comes to that aspect.
Typically, are black women when you think of feminine, cooperative, submissive, is the black woman's image the image that pops to the top of your mind, even in black media? No. Thank you. So black women in general, in our community in particular, are getting worse. Did you not just see this woman walk up and shoot a woman point blank in the head in Brooklyn?
I did.
So how are you telling me my women are becoming like men? If you see World Star Hip Hop, you see women are actually fucking each other up. They're beating men.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. So let's have an honest conversation. It's not getting better.
I agree. Let's start with agree, no buts. Where I was going was my role was, I do believe that women should maintain their role. Me personally, if we were to entertain your subject last week, I've been working on my feminism, being more submissive.
My subject last week.
I think you were talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, talking about women, maybe firstborn women who learned from their mothers who made.
Well, I was talking about sister-daughter, but
exactly.
Yeah, but let's try to stick to this week though, because some people may not have been there this week.
Okay. So no, I truly believe in that. What I mean by roles is, we are empowered.
What is your role? As a woman, what's a woman's role on the planet?
My role on the planet is to nurture, to teach. I feel that every human being on this.
Nope. It's not your role. The female's role is to support the male.
That's don't you think that's a narrow path?
Name me any species on the planet where the female can survive without the group or the male individually.
Or name vice versa.
We don't need you to survive. We built the world.
You need us.
No, ma'am. See, you feminist, womanist, have no idea you're living counter to nature. That's what the coronavirus showed you, that your education and your ability to get out here and you can't nurture shit without a man and a family. Your job is, the man's job is to build. The woman's job is to nest.
Correct. And to
nest what? Teach what? Teach what? Teach what?
Values.
To whom?
Love.
To whom? To whom?
To their offspring.
Thank you. And you need a husband for that first.
I'm agreeing. All I'm saying is that it takes two.
No, it takes women to get. Women are women in their natural role?
It takes two, but as a woman, I feel that when you're in a relationship with a strong man, an alpha male, if you may, men follow the lead of a woman. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean as in like the woman leads and the man follows. I mean as in how you come to a man is how he's going to react to you. How you come across, how you speak to him, how you relay yourself, how a man sees you is how he's going to treat you. If a man sees you as someone who's soft and caring and feminine, he's going to treat you differently than somebody who comes across more aggressive and ready to argue and defensive and ready to fight all the time. You know, a man would want to be with somebody who's going to be soft. He would want that balance. A strong man would want that balance, not like two bulls in a pen trying to fight each other, you know?
Way that nature intended or out of their natural role?
I can agree to that. I feel that men have
no. See, that's the bullshit we've been running the black community for the longest. See, the black men aren't the one complaining about marriage and not being unprotected, being alone.
I think black men have a more so of a problem with commitment than women.
Right. The stats don't agree. When in the black community, the black community, the divorce rate is almost 60%. Almost 90% of divorces are filed by whom?
I don't know the answer.
Women.
Okay, hit me with the facts. That's
the facts. So who's leaving your own? If 1 in 4 of you were married, 80 to 90% of you filed divorce when divorce is filed. Who has a problem with staying in a relationship?
I think that women have a problem because men don't necessarily.
Always a woman's problem. Tell me what's wrong with women and stop blaming. Tell me what women are doing right and don't blame men. Because everything you talked about a woman is always linked it back to a man. I keep talking to you about what women are doing with women.
I think that women have responsibility as well.
Then let's talk about it then. Because every time I've talked to you, you've deflected and lacked accountability. Like most feminists.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think I'm a feminist. I think I'm pretty
you are.
masculine. And
you
I'm
are.
working on being more.
Well, feminine, masculine. But the thing is, you can only do that in the first world country. Carry your ass to a third world country, see how that works.
I don't want to go.
Of course not, because you couldn't be masculine over there. You get checked real quick. That's and let true. You know exactly where you are in nature.
That's true.
Well, what I mean by masculine is I'm an independent woman. I've been...
Really?
Yes, and I don't necessarily agree.
Independent meaning what? You got a job?
I pay my own bills. Yeah.
Congratulations, you're an adult.
Oh, I agree.
So why is that a badge of honor?
I don't necessarily know.
Are you a six-figure earner?
Yes.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I don't have children yet.
You're a six-figure earner, divorcee with no children. Mm-hmm. Are you happy?
I'm extremely happy. I think
really?
I'm a little too happy alone.
You too happy?
I'm in a relationship. However, it's taking a little longer than I'd like for us to get married. And so I've decided.
How long have you been in a relationship?
For 4 years.
Does he have any children?
No, he does not.
Does he earn more than you?
Yes, he does.
Are you guys in a monogamous, committed relationship?
We are.
Did he want to marry you?
He says he does.
Did you enter this relationship with the intention of getting married day one? Were you dating to be married from day one?
Well, we both.
Were you dating to be married from day one?
We both got it.
I'm asking you. I can't talk. I don't want to talk for him. Were you dating from day one with the intention to be married?
Those are always my intentions, to build a foundation, yes.
No, I asked a very specific question. You can't play word games with me. So I'm going to try one more time. When you started dating this man, were you dating this man with the intent of being married?
Yes.
Okay, in what time frame?
Considering that we both went through a divorce.
In what time frame?
I say 3 to 4 years, like right now.
3 to 4 years. Why did you need 3 to 4 years if you started dating with the intention to be married on day one? Right. Where does that make any sense in the world?
I don't know. I think I figured that would be the average amount of time.
Really? Yeah. Really? 3 to 4 years for dating before marriage. Can't make that shit up, people. What did I say? Women are the reason marriages don't happen because you take forever.
Well, it's not me that's holding it.
Well, no, ma'am, yeah, it is. Because if you said you're dating with the intention to be married, you set the time frame of 3 to 4 years, and I'm saying it takes what? A month to 6 at best. There have been 6 couples. There have been 6 couples that have 5 couples that have gotten married in my Facebook group, and they've been married in less than 6 months. They've met each other and get married in under 6 months. 3 years. Did your grandmother date your grandfather for 3 years?
They know what they want.
No. So why don't we just rewind and say, you know what? I may not like the way you said it, Kevin, but even based upon what I'm saying, we don't know how to date. Because if I use myself as an example, you're the very woman I'm talking about. Successful, college educated, and all this other stuff. 6 figures, happy, but no closer to marriage today than you were 4 years ago. And you still in a relationship with somebody who ain't put a ring on your finger in 4 years? He ain't got the problem, you do.
I don't know if it's that simple.
It is that simple. You should leave. If you want to be married, why are you with somebody who ain't put a ring on your finger in 4 years?
Well, actually, I'm in the process of kind of just pouring in my own cup until, it play out.
So, again, folks, this is why I say women don't know how to pick men. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. Audience, I'm talking to you, audience. Everything I've said, whether you like it or not, this woman has proved it. 4 years. You say you started dating this man with an intention to be married. It does not take 4 effing years.
What I should do without forcing.
This video is a little lengthy, so I'm not going to pause it too much. But I feel as though, my personal opinion, sometimes you'll be with a man, a good man too, and he's not marrying you because maybe he feels that she's not ready for marriage. Maybe he sees something that he doesn't like it within her, and he doesn't want to just maybe leave the relationship. Maybe he's giving her time to fix herself. He doesn't have children, she doesn't have children. They both had the intentions to be married, but after some time, maybe he's seeing versions of her that he's not okay with. Maybe her, wanting to be married so desperately also, it could be a turnoff too. So I definitely think that there's more things that could be happening as to why they're not technically married at this exact moment.
Well, first off, after your divorce, did you get any therapy?
Yes.
All right. Why did you and your first husband divorce?
We were
Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce?
It was a mutual decision.
Who filed for divorce?
It was mutual.
Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce? Who filed for divorce?
I can't necessarily.
Who filed for divorce?
I did.
Thank you. It's not a very hard question. You filed for divorce.
Well, in that
you filed for divorce, ma'am. You just filed for divorce. That's all I'm asking.
But tell me,
ma'am. You filed for divorce. You filed for divorce. You picked him.
Kevin.
You married him. You picked him, and you filed for divorce. Like I said, again, you can't make this shit up. You didn't pick the first time. You should have been picking somebody without a job, getting married, and then you wrecked your own home. You left a man who didn't have a job. You knew what he was. I don't care. This is what I mean. You guys pick on potential and shit. This is what I say. College educated, independent, earner, making these kind of decisions. You'd be better off if a man would be able to direct you. But this is the first go round. You said you had therapy. If you've had therapy, then that means if you work the process, you should be making better decisions afterwards. And now you're in a relationship of 4 years and you still ain't married. The only common denominator in all this chaos is you. The man doesn't want to marry you. Now, it's either one of two things. One, does he want to get married? Are you a wife? Because it's been my experience, a marrying man, a man who wants to get married, they snap women up who are wives like this. Women who are truly wives, men rush to pull them off the market.
Trust and believe, I've been proposed to several times. I feel the same.
That did not make your case any better.
I mean, I feel that when a man knows what he wants, he doesn't
That didn't make it any better,
waste
man.
any
That made it absolutely worse. Well, if that's the case, then you should know better. And why are you with somebody for 4 years if you've seen that? See,
so
that's
you
my
don't think
point.
it's a little bit different that we both
Nope.
have gone through divorce?
I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact of the matter is he probably hit your spot the right way and you making something try to work that ain't meant to work.
Fair enough.
That's why men should be in charge of this stuff because y'all are too emotional. What did that woman say? Because our feelings get involved and we get all emotional and tingly places and men can see things in other men that we can't see.
Men get emotional.
Hold on. And this is the stupid, excuse me, I'm going to say this. Y'all do this stupid shit all the time. Men do it too. Y'all do it too. That doesn't help you. The fact of the matter is, man, 4 years of wasted time. And I said, dating is dumb. It doesn't help you. Well, you need to know somebody. In 4 years, you ain't down the aisle. What you need, 20? How many years do you need to date before it works?
I don't know. People have so many secrets and
ain't nobody. No, okay, so how you gonna know the secret? So you need to know it. So in other words, thank you. This shit is going to probably go super viral because people are gonna think I paid you.
We do not think that, Kevin.
Because, man, I get what you're saying, and all it's fear-based. People have so many secrets. So what do you think? You still spend the same amount of calendar years with that person. You're just not legally married, right?
Right.
What are you protecting?
My assets.
Oh, my fucking God. I did not pay this woman. I swear to God, I didn't pay her. I did not pay her.
Okay, so
her assets. Holy shit.
I'm protecting my future and the foundation that I want to build.
You are not protecting your future. Your most valuable asset is your time. Your most valuable asset as a woman is your time.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And you've taken 4 years of your valuable time. You're 30 what? 39. Wow. You are effectively done with him. Children are a remote possibility.
No, not necessarily.
I said remote possibility. I don't care who you are, ma'am. You're past geriatric pregnancy. Most OBGYN.
I'm speaking from a place of knowing, not guessing.
I'm speaking from a place of science. Most OBGYNs don't recommend carrying a child past age 42. That's why I said remote. I didn't say none.
Okay.
Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The need to be right tends to be heavy in our PhD'd women.
I'm a PhD.
That's why this whole thing, everything, men do it too, such and so forth. It's when the place where you're trying to get some information, still trying to be right. Bottom line is, ma'am, you're trying to protect your asset. The most valuable asset any woman has is her womb and her time, and you wasted it. 4 years, and you don't have a ring, a commitment, no nothing. So if this is over, then what? You're going to go back out there? You can't go back and be 29, 19. You're going to be 40 years old with frozen eggs?
Possibly.
Right.
A lot of women are having children at the age of 39 to 41 these days.
I swear to God, guys, I swear to God, I didn't pay her.
I'm listening. I mean, can you answer this for me? I think I told you, okay, so I've wasted my time. I should have moved on. You say after a month or a year.
You shouldn't spend a year with nobody, especially as you've been married and divorced. You should be better at picking than a young girl.
You don't think that the divorce rate would go up if people?
I don't give a shit about the divorce rate. I'm talking about you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
See, notice how every time we start getting specific, they want to get general and talk about everything else except the person in the mirror. You. Why'd you pick the man you picked to marry had no job or low earning?
He worked in construction and he had gigs, but in terms of us being equally yoked financially, not.
Why didn't you marry a guy that you really met at college? Why didn't you? Well, since you've been proposed to before, didn't you say you've been proposed to?
Yes.
Before their first husband?
Yes.
Why didn't you pick one of those guys? Because they didn't make me tingle.
It's actually a funny story. You don't want to know.
No, really, no, it's not funny. None of this shit's funny to me. I get tired of seeing so many of our sisters unmarried, childless, and sad, trying to act like you're happy.
I found out that the other two proposals, one I was way too young, and the second one before my marriage, he was like a con artist, and I found out that
it's always something.
No, this was serious.
You picked a guy who was unequally financially yoked, but you picked him.
I did. I believed in him.
Then why'd you stop? Did you walk down the aisle and you committed to him?
Oh, I went to court and committed to him. Yes.
You went down the aisle and committed to him. Went down the court. They still use the same vows.
Yes.
And you said your mother's Muslim?
She is.
Are you a believer in anything?
I'm Christian.
Ain't none of that shit Christian. I mean, Christianity, if nothing else, tells you definitely your place is where Eve was. Help me, support system. So after the first one, and you were out of alignment, picking somebody who could not cover the garden, much less cover you, then you decide to get therapy, cool. Then you're in something for 4 years.
It was a great 4 years. We've traveled.
Oh, I'm glad, but it's but again, I swear, guys, what I say, they don't mind wasting their time. Some women don't mind having babies, but it's still nothing. You've got nothing. You got no husband, nothing on that. You wasted 4 years protecting your assets. No disrespect, ma'am, but unless you are wealthy, what you have as assets ain't worth a whole lot. But it's all you got. And it's easier to say you'd rather have money than this. You didn't marry a man who wants to marry you.
My happiness. I'm very content.
Okay, then you shouldn't be worried about getting married either. So if you're happy, if you're happy, then marriage shouldn't be on table. You should be right here.
Well,
it should be a next level.
Things. I just let
you know what?
Like I said, I'm not the one who don't want to get married. I don't have control. To your point,
you don't have control of what? You have control of whether or not you're in a relationship with a man you don't want to marry. It's not easier said than done.
To walk away from someone that you love more than anyone ever.
Guys, listen. Go back to the beginning. What Amira was saying. This is why you get married, because you're going to be with somebody and have sex and get all involved and make stupid decisions. This is all I need. This is going to be the only interview I need, because this is picture perfect. And sadly, this is too much the case. And instead of just admitting, I don't know how to pick. I pick wrong. And I pick based upon things that don't work.
The picker's broken.
And saying you're happy. A happy woman will be with her man and doing something else right now. I'm not talking about I don't have control. What do you mean don't have control? You said you want to be married. That's what you said you wanted.
To the right person, yes.
Oh, now you're gonna start the bargaining part. So now he's not the right person.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's not.
So you said you want to be married to the right person. The implication in that sentence was he wasn't the right person. So he is the right person. You want to be married to him, yes or no?
I do want to.
Then you want to be married to him. Yes. When do you want to marry him? 10 years from now?
No, like I said, I'm ready now.
Then how can you be happy? How can you be happy with somebody you say you want to marry right now and you don't have a wedding ring, a proposal, or any plans in the future?
We have plans.
Where's the wedding ring and the proposal?
I mean, I agree. Words,
Sis.
And this is happy. This is modern. This is modern. This is why dating is dumb for modern women. You don't know how to pick.
Well, it's easier said than done.
I don't want to hear all this, man. It's not easier said than done. No. You live in a dysfunctional culture where you guys have been allowed complete freedom and you don't know how to pick. That's the problem. So all them women back, and we had all those restrictions. One thing you don't find a lot from women when these cultures where they get married quickly, arranged, they're much happier than you are because they're in their natural role. They got their family, their kids, their husbands. They don't have all this trauma from all these broken relationships. They don't have all the they don't have all these dudes that they've been bouncing back and forth with because they've been with.
This is a fact because if you want to be married and you're dating to be married, and then you go through all these different relationships that are as long as some marriages last, and then you're just bringing all that emotional baggage over and over again that you've built up into a relationship with the next person and the next person and the next person. It just makes it harder, I feel like, for a woman to be able to be her best self to the actual man she's supposed to be with, because she's given her best self to so many people before, and it never worked out, it never worked out, it never worked out, it never worked out, and now she gets with her actual husband, the man who wants to marry her and who sees the best in her. And every time that she goes into that next relationship, she's giving less of herself. So he's not getting that first woman who was perfect for marriage. He's not getting that version because it becomes a point of self-preservation. So you just give a little bit. You don't give too much, because just in case he leaves again. So I agree with this. I 100% agree with this.
Person, y'all a bunch of trauma. So what do you got? $100,000 in the pen, $100,000 and 100,000 miles on our heart, and nothing to show for it.
See?
And it's time we start saying this shit.
Yeah.
This doesn't work, man. How do families come out of this? How does a community come out of this? It doesn't. Because there's no next step. It's perpetual high school. So I don't care about your income, your education. If we're going to move through life like a bunch of damn high schoolers at the beginning, courting, we talking, we enjoying each other, we never grow the fuck up.
Yeah, it's bad. And, I'm not trying to pinpoint, but I feel that from my experience and my friends' experience, there is a lot of men that do not respect women. We're not just.
Ma'am, I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear. No. I want to hear about this. I'm talking to you and your man. I will not let you come on here and talk about all these men and make it their problem. Go to Oprah, go to The View, go somewhere else. That ain't this channel. The man you with don't respect you? The man you with, does he respect you or not? The man you with, does he respect you? Yes or no?
In some areas, no.
Then why are you there?
Because
Get moving with the Planet Fitness Black Card and check out all the perks for zero enrollment, $22.99
Guys,
a month.
I've been taking your advice about the AdSense. I just forgot again.
You're strong, independent.
You're progressing.
If he doesn't respect you, why are you there?
Because he's taking the necessary steps to.
Because you're choosing to be with a man. Because you're choosing to be with a man that doesn't respect you. Just like you chose to be with a dude that was unequally financially yoked. You don't know how to pick what works. So don't tell me about the men that are out there, because you've been proposed to many times. What about all the guys that were suitable and willingness? Did they make you tingle?
You gotta have a tingle, right?
Yeah, and this is what you get you. Tingling and alone.
I take it.
I don't find it funny. I don't find it funny because in the West, like it or not, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you why I don't find it funny. I don't find it funny because just like in the West, the next lowest married group of women is white women at 54%. They're the original feminists and womanists, but you know what they had enough sense to do? Get married, have families.
Well, I don't like being compared to a white woman because they don't have.
I'm not comparing. I'm comparing marital rates. Don't overtalk me on my channel. Don't overtalk me on my channel. I'm comparing marital rates. I'm not comparing you to white women.
Well, you just said white women.
I said the next lowest group of married women are white women. That's what I said.
Just relax.
Don't tell me relax. You gonna try to do this racial shit? That's not what I was doing.
That's not what it's about.
Okay. I feel if I can share my opinion, I feel like you have a lot of tension when it comes to women. I'm not going far left and saying that you don't like women and you bash women, But I feel that there's tension here,
Yes.
and for Black women in particular, and I think that you have to go a little deeper than.
He has tension, especially when it comes to Black women, my opinion, because of his concern for Black women. At this point right now in 2021, at this point right now, women, I always say that women set the tempo of the world. You know what I'm saying? I always say that when it comes to certain things, if you have a strong female following, it's like ready, set, go. You know what I mean? Because there's more women than men, right? But I just personally feel like his frustration is this. You know what I mean? The dialogue that's always had to be, pulled out of you. You know what I'm saying? You come on here and you're talking to him about your life, but you're so happy, right? You're so happy, but at the same time, you're with somebody who you've been with for 4 years that you really want to marry, but he doesn't really want to marry you, but you're trying to, make it seem as though that's okay with you when it's really not okay with you. And he's telling you, like, you deserve better. And sometimes realization is not the easiest thing. Sometimes truth is not the easiest thing to swallow, but it doesn't make it not the truth. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard when somebody can tell you about yourself like this, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel nice, but at the same time, you came here for his help, and I feel like he is trying to help you. I don't think that he said anything. I don't think that he said anything invalid, And he even said it on his own, like, oh yeah, like my opinion or my delivery. Yeah, you can say my delivery was not nice, but at the same time, listen to what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it's a. I think it's a concern for Black women because he said it even numerous times on the other videos that I have reacted to, how he feels about Black couples being together, the Black women getting the Black men that are wealthy and being in a relationship together. And if Black women do not change the narrative or their way of thinking, their mindset, then those Black men will then be with other races. So for other women that he's talked to, if they said this comment, I would be like, yeah, because he went hard on her. But for her, I don't feel like he did that. I feel like he's dealing with her, kind of leveled. That's my opinion.
Patience for stupid. I have no patience for things that don't work when you are supposed to be educated, intelligent, independent, and you can look at facts, data, statistics, and you can make good business decisions for companies and corporations that you work for. But in your personal life, you decide to be stupid. I have no patience for foolishness. When you can be a college-educated woman and then turn around and marry a broke construction worker. No, I don't, because it affects our Black community. Because you know what comes out of this? 1 out of 4 of our women will get married. When the next group of people are married at a rate of 54% or higher. That's how come they have generational wealth. That's why their dollar circulates anywhere from 7 days to 16 days, and ours circulates 6 hours. That's why Black boys are reading at the 4th grade level. That's why Black boys and Black girls are at the bottom. I have no patience because you, women, are the first teachers of children, and 80% of our children are coming out of single mother homes. Got no patience for that shit. And why do you?
I didn't say I didn't. It's my journey. Moving forward, I appreciate your advice.
Yes,
appreciate
Mama.
It. I don't know why we should think we should have patience for this shit.
Yes, Mama.
Go back to G6 if you want to have somebody have patience with it. Make sure you pay your tithes and offerings on time. The collection plate coming through. You want patience going over there? They got plenty of patience and plenty of room in the front row. The men that share your reflection who hear this shit have no patience. And the men that share your reflection that you're passing up to deal with dudes that ain't about nothing, then when those very men that you don't have time for decide to go off to Becky, Marisol, Marlene, and all of a sudden they selling out, they don't like it, they hate their mama, such and so forth. You can't top that shit. All of it in one thing. That's what it is. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And we need more accountability. Sit back and say, no, this doesn't work. 4 years, 7 years, 6 years. I'm happy.
Black women are the leaders of everything right now. All the races are copying the fashion of black women, the attitude of black women. You'll hear women of all races walking around like, period. Like, we're the leaders right now, and we're promoting like this independent lifestyle. You don't need a man. If you don't have money, don't be with him. All of these things, and at the same time, as he's spoken about, the least married. Like, the least married. Like, you know? And it's important for, listen, everybody doesn't have to want to be married, but it's important that stability is important for our future. It's important for the race to continue. You know, when you mix a lot, it kind of breaks down that, 100% blood, if you get me. Nobody's 100%, but you get what I'm saying. And I just kind of feel like it's an urgency for him. You know what I'm saying? It's an urgency for him to explain this. It's an urgency for him. It's, to talk about it. And I once again, this is the reason why I feel like first of all, that I don't hate Kevin, but also why I understand his point of view and his logic.
If I find you upload my stuff to YouTube, expect your channel to be gone by tomorrow. All right, I'm serious. I don't know why we should be patient with this.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 31.
All right. Well, I'm sure you saw the topic. What do you got? Dating is dumb.
So I agree with you. And especially now after hearing the first lady speak and kind of putting the pieces together.
And really quick too, what he said about the YouTube thing, he's talking about, like, obviously, as we know, he's talking about, because this was on Instagram, this was like an IG live. So while he's doing it, obviously he wants to get the chance to upload it to his channel first. So, you know what I'm saying, for his own, because it's his content. But he's looking at I guess the comments on Instagram, and he's just saying that he didn't want people to upload it while he's in the middle of a conversation and post it before he even got a chance to post his own content, right? Because he's even said it before, like, us reaction channels and people that are reacting to his content, that he want, that's different as opposed to just taking his content and posting it on YouTube with just a face, and you're not saying anything, you're just having his content uploaded and acting like it's yours. So I just wanted to clarify that really quick before everybody's like, what? So.
I do agree that I think females, we don't necessarily look for the right things. For example, myself, I wasn't like sexually active until my 20s. So sex was always out of the picture when it came to relationships. So I had a list of basically like all of the responsible things that I was looking for in a man. Finally, when I found that, the sex was off, but I still stayed with the man for like 4 years.
Willing to marry the guy. Are you okay? The sex is off, but everything else is right.
Yeah, he was responsible.
But hold on. Did you want to get married?
I did. I mean, in the back of my mind.
Did you want to get married going into the relationship?
Of course, yeah.
Was he marriage minded going into the relationship?
He was. He was like a traditional type of person, like getting married before babies and all that.
And you guys didn't marry?
We didn't. We ended up living together.
For 4 years?
That's the thing. So I thought I was on the right track, but now hearing the way that you're saying it, it's true. This is how you end up 40 alone with no kids, because you waste so much time thinking or being scared that something will go wrong. So you're basically running out the clock to then be like, oh, I was right. Thank God I don't have to get divorced now. We just have to break up.
That's it.
So, yeah. So my thing is, like, how do you get over that initial fear? Because, I mean, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, and I'm still
Did you ever learn how to swim?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever learn how to swim?
I did, but I don't remember it specifically.
Okay.
Just jump in.
How do they get people afraid of getting in the deep end of the pool?
You just shove them in, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just like you and the other woman proved, there's no amount of taking it slow, moving in, this and that. All you get out of that is the same level of exposure and heartbreak, but nothing. No tax break, no nothing.
Sorry, guys.
And it's generally not the men who are hesitant. Modern women are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because you're 1 foot in, you want traditional men, but you want to be modern women. You got to pick. If you want to be a modern woman, buy a dog, go live with your girlfriend. You want to be a traditional woman, get in leadership, get in role, get in your role. Because he has a role, you have a role. Whether you work, both are working or not. But you cannot have.
That's true. I mean, it's definitely like 1 foot in, 1 foot out for sure. I mean, and for many different reasons. And I always say this, like having that mentality of like a modern woman or whatever, it's all in the music, and you know, like it's like that meme where you're like with your girls and it's fun and da 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 da. But like when your man calls you, like, oh yes, baby, like you turn it all off, like you're not that type of person. And it's been a hard balance for people to actually turn that off. You know what I mean? And then, you know, they hang around some people, then they go home to their man they have no issue with, who's trying, who's in love with them, who's this, and then they give that man hell because of all this stuff about, you know, being an it girl and money and vacations and trips, and it's sad.
Oh. And when you try to have it all as a modern woman, you have what you guys have. Nothing. And unfortunately, we don't have these conversations. We have women telling women to take your time, don't make a mistake, such and so forth. So when somebody like myself comes along and say, what are y'all waiting for? It sounds crazy. But what really sounds crazy is when you guys get to explain what you're doing instead. So that's why I hope women hear these things so they'll start saying, at least if you were married, you'd have 4 years into a marriage. But that's the thing. It seems like today many women don't even value a man, like him being in the house. You said you guys lived together?
Yeah.
How long?
Out of the 4 years, we were together for 2.5, living together.
Okay. So what was the thought process of moving in together and not getting married?
Well, I was in a circumstance where I couldn't move back with my parents, and I also could, so it was basically like financially wise for the both of us.
Okay. Did he want to marry you?
Yeah,
But you didn't want to commit to him.
Like, yeah, I was gonna wait for him to propose, and I just didn't. At the end of the day, I was like complacent.
If he wanted to marry you.
No, but not at the moment. We were both like on a track. Okay. We were both kind of like on a timeline, and I was just complacent. Like, I loved him, but I wasn't like fully fulfilled because of the physical part.
Right.
Get a dildo. Pleasure yourself.
That was my solution. I know that was my solution.
But you moved in with a guy without making him commit to you. And you say he wanted to marry you. How do you know that?
Because we spoke about it, and when we broke up, he even said, you know, I really thought this was it. Like, we were both very emotional, and
you definitely, first of all, you definitely got to be pleased, in your relationship. You definitely got to be pleased, and I just feel like, yeah, she did drag it out longer, but it also, I can see her point of view because that's the person that's the first person that she even ever slept with. She didn't know anything from anything. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree that, like, yeah, if you want to be married, if you're sure that you want to be married, and yeah, you can say like, I don't want to live together like this, and then, you know, unless you don't mind.
All right, let me help you ladies out. Men who want to marry you go buy a ring. They don't do all this stuff. Men, this is why, I mean, haven't you heard stories where women meet a man and under 6 months they're married and it seems like everything went so fast and then for you got 4 years? Because that's what a man who wants to get married does. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do these baby steps. But if you're moving in fear, he's moving in fear, y'all don't need to be together.
Right.
So I appreciate it, though. I'm going to go on to the next part. See, ladies, I'm going to tell you this. Like it or not, you're not picking the kind of men, you want, for women who say they're ready for marriage.
Right.
I will tell you, I've seen too many men decide when they're ready to get married, they go looking for a wife. And they don't wait. Because men are like, I'm ready to get married, let's move on. Men are not trying to spend 3-4 Januaries together with you as a girlfriend. Let's get to it. We got shit to do. Mm-hmm. That whole perpetual high school shit is real. Perpetual high school or college. Why are you moving in with somebody? We moving in together. You move in with your husband. The reality is, a lot of you ladies, maybe not her case, in the first woman's case, you end up falling in love with what that dick do. Cool. This is why I played what I played at the beginning.
That's crazy because in both of these two women that he spoke to, one woman is pleased in one aspect, and the other woman has everything else and is not pleased in that aspect. That's kind of crazy.
For the people who weren't paying attention, who weren't here at the beginning, I'll play it again so you guys can understand how we got here. I can play how we got here.
So, I don't know what I'm expecting what am I looking for me being in a relationship for 1 year versus us getting married straight away, because there's nothing that you're not going to know about someone without being with them anyway. But I'm not going to waste time and, how can I say this? I'm not going to allow time for me to have premarital sex, because I'm not going to, if you're not having sex with a person, you're not going to stay that long with them before you get married, okay? We're not just going to sit around and talk. So we get married to prevent us from fornicating, from possibly having premarital sex.
We're almost there.
As I said. So that's why we tend to get married. And also, if things go wrong, then they go wrong. But this is why your father is there to vet your man. This is why the families are so involved. To be that net, if something does go wrong, the family is there. And the family has already vetted that person for me. My father already spoke to my husband. My father already knew the type of man my husband was. Men tend to see things in other men that women can't. I don't know why, but from what I've seen here is like girls, we tend to be kind of slow when it comes to picking partners, because it's hard for women to get past that adrenaline of like, oh, I like this guy because he's exciting and he makes me feel so butterflies. But my father knew how to pick a stable man for me. He knew how to pick one that was a hardworking man who wasn't going to let bills get behind, let things just happen. So, I hope that answers your question.
That's the essence of what it is. You don't know how to pick. That's why so many modern women are by themselves. You don't know how to pick. And you're emotional. You pick on the butterflies instead of picking on the substance, the character. That's why so many women, I want a high value man. Because to many women, that's like, well, that's character. That's a part of it. But what if a man's not one of the top 10%? What if he's what if he's right there with you, average or above average? You still want butterflies. I'm pointing out the fact, taking too long to pick. Taking too long to pick. And it would be different if you were taking a long time to pick and it was working. It's not. Take too long to pick and then find out after you've been with somebody for 3, 4, 5 years, we moved in, we got married, and we were divorced after 6 months. All right, you know what? This was actually a good show. I'm going to take that first clip. I'm about to upload this to YouTube because that first part, she was being honest, and I thank her for calling in because everything was right there. It's all right there.
Hi.
It's all right there. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. You're a bit young for this conversation.
Are you sure? I mean, go ahead and ask me some questions.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm talking. Wrong answer. I'm sure. Don't ask me if I'm sure. I'm sure. 22 years old, you got to ask questions. You're not even at this point. But I will tell you one thing. At 22, between the age of 22 and 25 is when you should be trying to get married instead of being out on the CC. Yeah, I don't do smart answers. He don't like black women. No, I don't do that with nobody.
Nobody. Tell them.
All right. So you were here earlier. You came back last week. All right. I'm going to build off this first part, and we're going to expand this. I'm going to do this on part 2 on YouTube because we need to start talking about how, as jacked up as it is today, how to get from here to there. My suggestion, modern women, here it is. Like I tell the men, do it afraid, do it scared, but you got to do it. There is nothing you're going to be able to find out that's going to give you 100% assurance you're making the right choice. You're just going to have to jump in the deep end. You're going to have to try. And just like the woman said, if it fails, it fails. Your relationships are failing. You might as well have a failed marriage. But the only failure is if you decide to not work. Most of the time, the relationships are failing is because you guys are filing. You're leaving. What we're starting to see is the problem with relationships, is the problem with commitment and relationships with men. But this is starting to show that we've been told it's with men. But how come so many modern women can't get, can't keep? Can't get, can't keep. All right. Till the next time, your godfathers.
All right, guys. So that was jam-packed with a lot of information. I know you guys are going to love this one. So just go ahead and leave your comments down below. Like I said, if you agree, leave your comments. If you don't agree, leave your comments. Either way, it leads to a conversation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, okay? I do post every single day. As I always say, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you guys continue to DM me on Instagram. My Instagram's in the description box below of all the videos that you want me to continue to react to. Mwah! Thank you so much for watching.